Welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created this gorgeous set using some crystals, some matte top coat, and some black gel paint or color. It's super easy, very simple, so just follow along. I'm going to start the design off by coating all of the nails in a matte top coat. I'm using the one by MIZHSE. I'm probably super pronouncing that wrong, but you know what? It's okay. This is pretty much the only matte top coat that I use. I've used the one by COFFIN. That one was a little more on the expensive side, but it worked really well. Honestly, really just use it for either creating content or for art. So I paint over it with gel paints. When I'm chroming, I often use it then as well if I want some negative space. So I don't shoot for a super expensive matte top coat. So this one works for me and my needs, if I'm being totally honest. The gel color that I'm using is one by COOSA. I'm probably super saying that wrong as well, but it's on Amazon, very inexpensive as well. And I have a clear stamper that my cousin gave me. Unfortunately, I don't have a link to this product, but I will provide a link to something similar. I'm painting on very irregular black shapes on the stamper. To start off, I'm making sure that it looks sloppy and not super neat. I want it to look very organic, so that when I transfer it over to the nail, it has a very unique look. So I'm mostly just focusing on getting very irregular shapes all over the stamper, making sure that everything is nice and saturated like that. I don't have to go back and reapply too much color later on. This is a really fast design, if I'm being totally honest. You know, speaking of honesty, I have a story to tell you guys, but I'm going to tell you guys in a few minutes, because as soon as I'm done, I'm going to show you how I did the art. So that matte top coat leaves a inhibition layer. The inhibition layer looks matte, but it's there. So I'm wiping that off with some swipe. And then I'm taking that stamper and I'm literally just stamping that gel color or that gel paint onto the nail. The reason I'm stopping to look at it the way that I'm looking at it is because this is not the idea that I had in mind. It didn't come out the way I thought it was going to come out. So I made some lemonade with the lemons that I was given. I'm taking that brush by BEETLES. I will be happy to provide a link to all of the products that I'm using in the box below. But for now, I'm just taking that brush and I'm putting a little bit of swipe on there so that I can clean the fingers or the nails anywhere where there shouldn't be gel before I cure that, because I don't want to cure that gel on my practice hands. So I'm just keeping everything as neat as possible. And I'm cleaning everything off. It doesn't take long. There's really no way of avoiding it. Oh, you know what? There is a way of avoiding it. I'm totally lying. If you or the person you're working on is not allergic to latex, you can get one of those liquid latex products and apply it on the hand so that you don't get any of that gel on the person's hand. And that will also actually, not only will it be neater and it'll be faster for you, but it'll also prevent the person you're working on from developing any allergies. Once I was done painting that on and cleaning off the excess product, I popped the hands in the lamp for a full cure, and then I'm gonna coat everything in that same matte top coat, because these nails are gonna be matte. Once that hand has completely cured, I'm taking a lint-free wipe and some swipe to remove that inhibition layer, because like I said, it does leave an inhibition layer. Then I'm going to take a tile, and to that tile I'm adding a little bit of my rhinestone adhesive. I'm using the one by Makar. It's the rhinestone glue. Then I'm using these crystals that I purchased from Young Nails. I've been wanting to get into crystals for a while, and Young Nails had a really good sale on these back when I purchased them. I paid $1 for the whole packet, so I'm not mad at that. So those are the crystals that I have. They're Crystal AB, not Swarovski. And then I'm using a crystal picker-upper that I purchased on Amazon. Again, I will leave a link to that below, as well as a dotting tool to apply that rhinestone glue onto the nail. I decided to add crystals to this because it didn't come out the way that I was hoping for it to come out. I was trying to cheat. This is me being totally honest. I was trying to cheat. I saw this really nice, this clear nail with black cow print on it, and then it was matte. So I was being lazy, and I thought, you know what if I apply the cow print on my stamper and then transfer that onto the nail? I think that'll work perfect. Bull, it didn't work. It did not work, but it created a really cool design, so I'm not mad at it. After I had top coated it, I wasn't too happy about it, about how it looked. So I wanted to sazz it up a little bit. I didn't want to add color to it because I really liked the contrast with the matte clear and the matte black. So I figured, you know what? Let me add a little sparkle and let me use crystals. So when I am applying crystals, I don't have a method. You know how some people have, you know, these perfect little crystal clusters? Yeah, not me. I literally just apply the rhinestone glue wherever I want to apply rhinestones, and then I get to work. I apply all different sizes and all different ways. I like my method of applying crystals because it gives a very organic feel. It's not super neat or super perfect. I feel like with crystals in particular, everybody wants to be like super, it has to be perfect. And I'm just not like that. I like for things to be a little chaotic sometimes. So I apply them very freely. Honestly, I'm not really paying too close attention as to what size I'm picking up or where I'm placing it. Wherever there's glue, I'm placing a crystal. If there's a lot of glue, I'm going for a big crystal. If there's a little bit of glue, then I'm going for a small one. If there's a little space in between two crystals and I need to fill it, then I'm going to go for a small one. That's honestly my method. I'm not too, you know, crazy about my crystal placement. I just apply it. The only thing I do think about is where I'm going to place them on the nail. But in terms of the actual pattern, I really couldn't care less. I love how it looks when you have small crystals, big crystals, when you have a thin amount of crystals and then you go into a lot. I really enjoy those types of crystal clusters instead of these very, very perfect and neat crystal placements. So just a heads up, I'm showing you the first nail in regular time because I wanted you to see at least the method to the madness. The rest of the nails are going to be sped up, I think, by 3 times, just because I don't want you guys to sit here for 3 hours looking at me place crystals. Not that it would be if I left it alone, but you know, I didn't want to bore you guys. So I did speed up the rest, but again, I'm showing you the first one so that you can at least see the methodology behind it. I did cure that before moving on to the next one. I think that's really the only nail that I was curing in between. Everything else, I honestly just applied it and then moved on to the next nail. If you're comfortable enough doing that, then you can. You don't have to freeze it, but if you're nervous that you're going to tap it and mess it up, then you can go ahead and give it either a flash cure or a full cure. It's up to you. So as I mentioned previously, at this point, I am going to be fast forwarding over the last 3 nails, and I will be back at the end.
But I so fragile. When you know yourself well, somewhere down the sweet line. When I do things for me, 'cause I don't wanna be a therapy, I wanna be free. So, ooh, gotta go and grab a spoon now. Ooh, make a life for myself. Ooh, I don't know what I'ma do now. Ooh, but I don't need your help. Get out of my way, my way. I'm moving on up. Don't make me just stay. I'm done being stuck. Get out of my way, my way. I'm moving on up. The last thing I will ever do for you is wish you the best of luck. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I know, you know, it's time you let me go. Don't call, don't follow, 'cause I'll do it fine on my own. I know, you know, it's time I'll let you go. Don't call, don't follow, 'cause I'll be gone. Get out of my way, I'm moving on up.
These crystals honestly transformed this nail from a very nail to a damn kind of nail. I really love how they came out. I'm really happy that I kept going and I didn't give up because I didn't like how it looked initially. So that's a lesson for the day. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks.